Hey, it's Janet E. Johnson. Welcome, you guys. Thanks for coming on. I just want to, some of you may be watching the replay or you are watching it live, like I see a few of you on right now. So hello, Patrick and Jennifer. We are going to have an interesting show talking about, I have to talk about this whole breach thing, even though I really don't want to, but we will be talking about that. But I'm going to try to make it a little more fun. I'm going to bring in some comments that I've been seeing out there, which makes it kind of a little more fun. And then you guys give me your opinion on it too. I don't want to make it a big thing. I don't think it's, I think it will blow over. I know it's hurting Facebook stock and it's hurting some things, but I do think it will blow over. So welcome. We are going to be talking about here today, specifically that, some Instagram updates. And then I'm going to walk through, I always want to walk through some sort of case study. And I'm going to talk about a client that I worked with last week and some things that went on with his Facebook ads. Just a learning lesson for everybody that I'm going to be sharing here. So thank you for joining me. If you could share this, that would be great. I just went and shared it too. And we will get going. All right. So first thing first, Mark Zuckerberg did finally break his silence there. And I have an article here. CNN said, broke his silence 5 days after data scandal engulfed Facebook. If you haven't heard about this, you probably just don't pay attention to the Facebook stuff. But basically what he said is we have a responsibility to protect your data. And if we can't, then we don't deserve to serve you. I've been working to understand exactly what happened and how to make sure this doesn't happen again. Things like this are going to happen. Is it a reason to jump ship and go to another place? Well, if you feel like you have another social media site that you can count on, right now, Facebook does own Instagram. Don't forget that. A lot of people are like, well, I'll just go to Instagram. Well, Facebook owns Instagram. So that's kind of one and the same. Let's just read a little bit about what I've seen out there from some social media peers, because this is kind of fun. Let's see, the best one. Here's Carlos Gill. He asked the question in a group, in spite of data privacy concerns, could you seriously live without Facebook? Lots of people, I lived 30 years before. Without it, I could live again. The data and privacy of your phone make Facebook pale in comparison. If you're going to use any digital service or device, you have a simple choice to make. Good points. The news is saying Facebook might go out because of this mess. Carlos replied exactly how I would. I highly doubt that will happen. Facebook is more powerful than Google and the cable or phone companies. So yeah, I highly doubt that too. And then here's another one. This one's kind of fun. For all of my business peeps, here's a question for you. If Facebook disappeared tomorrow, what would you do to build your business from here on out? And this is Mark Harbert, a friend of mine on Facebook. So I'd like to see in your comments, what would you do? What avenue would you use to market your business? Would it be another social media site? Would you focus on video? What is your answer there? So I'm going to go back to this and give you some answers. One person put YouTube. Sadie said, I'd use Meetup. Blog first along with YouTube. My blog and YouTube. Wow, a lot of video marketers here. Phone book. And then Mark replied, hashtag old school baby. Phone book. Would use a blog with video. 2 feet rule. Heck, I'm already doing that. And door to door. I do business better face to face anyways. That way I can sense people's energy and read their body language. Some other source of paid traffic, videos, YouTube, Twitter, email list, more on YouTube and Instagram. Yep. So a lot of YouTube. One person put MySpace. And let's see, what else is there? YouTube, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Okay. So it makes sense. If you're a B2B, obviously you can count on LinkedIn too. But love to hear in your comments what you would do. Personally, what I would do, I would look at As for social media, what I would do is definitely the YouTube. YouTube ads are great too. So I would definitely go to there. And then I would also consider maybe joining a business networking group again, because that did bring me a lot of business in the beginning of my business. So just getting face-to-face, that's another option. Connie put, only way to protect your privacy is to use a flip phone, I've heard. Dang, I didn't keep my hot pink one. I don't know. What was that called? A razor? Loved my razor. I thought that was so cool back in the day, but now people would laugh. So yeah, you're right, Connie. Awesome. Okay. That's basically what we've got going on with that. That's all I'm going to touch on. I don't really want to touch on that more. You can read all the articles, all the Twitter people saying hashtag delete Facebook. It is the number one avenue I use to get clients and work with my clients and get them business. So I don't have any plans of leaving them anytime soon. I think it's just a hurdle and they'll get past it. Just my personal opinion, but we shall see. All right. Let's see what's next. Let's get into some fun of what else changed on. Let me see if I can change bring up my screen, share my desktop, share. And there we go. Okay. Now you can see me. Yeah. All right. We're going to go solo and we're going to go over here. We want to talk about Jen Herman, Jen's Trends. Love her. She's awesome. She has been on our podcast too. And what I wanted to go through, I love her, how she explains things. So I'm going to talk about the new Instagram feature. The newest feature is your bio now supports clickable hashtags and the @mentions of other accounts so that you can tag the other accounts. The @mentions is a great way to cross-promote coordinated accounts. For example, your personal profile could list your business account, or if you're an artist with different accounts for different mediums or subjects, you can mention your other account. If you @mention someone, they will get a notification and have the option to remove that connection to their account. Don't be tagging anyone just for hopes of exposure. Don't go tagging accounts to look like you're affiliated with them or someone you're not. Be responsible about that. And for hashtags, I can already see how bad this is going to get. Don't go crazy. Yes, you can use your own branded or campaign hashtags. That's smart, strategic, since people tapping on those will get more of your content or the content related to your brand. Yeah, that makes sense. I've seen anything that indicates IG searches will populate profiles that use hashtags in the bio, so don't count on this for reach or exposure. And really, what is the benefit of adding a popular hashtag? Yep, new things pop up, you can go play with them. So that is something that I wanted to bring up. All right. And I'm back. I did on mine, what I did was we have a podcast, but we have a separate podcast Instagram account. So now I have a podcast, but now I actually was able to tag it so people could click on it and go to that account. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Think about ways that you can use this in your business, take partners' businesses, but like she said, don't overdo it. And you know, I would just use one. Right now, I think I have one or two hashtags or tagging and then just one hashtag. So just really narrow it down and focus in. Okay, so we're only 10 minutes in. We won't be here too terribly long. I want to talk about this next thing here real quick. First, if you can, I believe it's connected. If you could hit the word content or type in the word content below, that will automatically give you my ultimate guide to social media content that I've written if you don't have it yet. And then you will be alerted on upcoming shows too through Messenger. So that's something that we are building for this show specifically. All right, what else? Let's talk about real live case studies. I want to talk about this latest client that I've worked with. One of the things that I've been doing, and if you have an interest in this, just reach out to me, message me here on my page, and let me know if you want your Facebook ads area looked at. We went on Zoom, and what I did was I ended up looking at, he had hired somebody, and I looked at their Facebook ads manager. And when I was looking at that ads manager, I always try to respect other people in the industry and just know that not everybody knows the same thing. And some things were right on it, but some things were so incredibly off that he could not even tell how he was getting the results at all. Spending thousands of dollars and had no idea other than looking at his email campaign and how many emails went in, but there were all sorts of different campaigns running and you didn't know which was actually converting. So what ended up happening is he turned over the account to me, and I took it on and went through step by step what should be done and what needed to be fixed. Well, in the end, we had to put a kibosh on everything. It really was set up in a very, very complicated way. So we ended up testing. It was a rush. It was a live event that we were promoting for. So it ended up being very difficult to really test. We didn't have much time for testing. So the lessons learned that I want to bring across to you guys is with Facebook ads, there are certain steps along the way that are extremely important. And if you don't follow those steps, you might not see the results. How many of you have heard, or maybe you're one of them that says, hey, I tried Facebook ads, but they don't work. They do work, but they might not work right away. So for this client, when I took it over, I tried to take some of the copy they had already written and feed from some of the ads that they had already done. But what ended up happening in the end, it really wasn't matching the landing page. I hadn't created any of this. And we tested created a bunch of new audiences, and it really wasn't moving. It wasn't converting at all. We did set it up properly so that we could see each ad set and the conversion, but we ended up not being able to get results. So what did I do? I changed things. I changed the copy. I tested a video. I tested new graphics. And I had to do this within 7 days. And we ended up changing the audiences, and I ended up having to change more than I'd like to at once, but we had no time. So there was an ad spend in the beginning that didn't convert. I mean, it did a little bit, but very, very, very little. Then all of a sudden, what ended up happening was one took. So we finally figured out what wording to put on the landing page that was exactly the same as the wording on the actual copy of the ad itself. We also made sure that the picture on the landing page matched the exact copy of the ad itself. And we changed audiences and tested new audiences. And what ended up happening, we were converting like crazy by the end of the week. Now, granted, it is a live event and people are more likely to convert when it's closer to that live event, webinar, anything like that. But it does show that you need to be extremely patient with your Facebook advertising, and you need to test new things. So if your ad isn't working and you're not converting, first off, you need to pay attention to if you know it's converting. And then secondly, if it's not converting, try something else. So the things to test would be the audience, the landing page, the copy, and the graphics or video. I mean, those are really the four main criteria. There's so many other things to scaling it, but those are kind of the four main criteria there. So if you've never done Facebook ads before, I highly suggest you look at bringing following some sort of any social media persons, if they have a course or if you can hire them. I do have a course too, and I am running a VIP day soon. So that's something that we are testing, the VIP day, because I like to spend specific time with specific people so that I can really hone in on what you're doing with your strategy and your Facebook advertising. So if you're interested in the VIP day or my online course community, I do teach a lot of these things in both. If you want the fast start, it's VIP day, but otherwise I have the other thing. And just message me. I will put that in the comments, a link to it, but you can also send me a message on my page. But either way, if you think your Facebook ads aren't working, test, test, test. This really showed me that testing and having more time for your ads really, really makes a difference. We could have done even better if we had had a couple weeks, but I took it over at the last minute. So that's my lesson for today. And don't jump from Facebook. It's the best advertising out there. You can get to Instagram too. So don't forget, it's both Facebook and Instagram. The second best advertising, I guess if I had to leave Facebook, I'd head over to YouTube too. And test those Instagram. Go in and change your bio, add a hashtag, add the @ sign, go tag people. And tag don't tag people, sorry, tag other businesses. And definitely join me for this show each week. We will be giving those updates and giving life lessons and real case studies. Awesome. Okay, well, thank you for your time. Have a good rest of your week.